Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to show you where you can find, complete, and submit your social studies lesson 0604, Settling the West. I'm going to start by going to my social studies course. I'm going to go to module 2, where you will find your lessons for your unit 6. And we're looking for 0604. So I'm going to click on the blank page icon. That's going to take me to the lesson 0604, Settling the West, under Module 2. And for this lesson, you have 9 pages. You're going to want to make sure that you go through each of the pages of this lesson. You're going to learn about the different push and pull factors of reasons that colonists migrated to the West and settled in the West. Your activity or your assignment for this lesson is on the 9th page under What is my assignment? It gives you directions. You need to print Settling the West, which is found below. You're going to complete the graphic organizer. You're going to write a letter or a journal entry. So you can choose if you do a letter or a journal entry, and then you're going to submit your work. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the assignment so you can see what this assignment is all about. This assignment is a 2-page worksheet. So the first page, it's going to give you directions on what you need to do. So it gives you step by step of what you need to do. One thing I've noticed when we're doing projects that have steps that you need to follow, please make sure that you go through each of these steps and even check off as you complete them. So for example, step 1, it says use the graphic organizer on the next page to organize your information. You must include information about the following. So as you're completing your graphic organizer, which is on page 2, and we'll look at that in just a moment, make sure you're going through and adding information about each of these bullet points. And you can even check them off as you include them in your graphic organizer. It also tells you to be sure to include these 2 things: dates for each day in your journal or letter, and then a small drawing related to one of your descriptions. So don't forget to put in that drawing, and it can be a digital drawing or something that you hand draw. Then it goes on to step 2. You're going to choose what type of writing you're going to do. If you want to do a journal or a letter, you don't have to do both. You can do one or the other. And then after you do step 2, you're going to do step 3, where you're going to take the information in your graphic organizer and you're actually going to write your journal entry or your letter. And to make sure you include all the information that is required, which tells you what it needs to be required up in step 1. Now, the second page of this assignment is the graphic organizer. So it has it broken down of all the things that need to be included in your journal entry or letter. Okay, so you're going to fill out this graphic organizer, but that's not the end of the lesson or the assignment. The next part of the assignment is taking the information that is in this graphic organizer and writing a letter or a journal entry. So please don't just turn this paper in. You're only going to get half credit. You also need to write out your journal entry or your letter. Depending on which one you decide, you need to also submit that. I would also encourage you, or would like you, to submit this graphic organizer as well, so that I can see that you have planned out your journal or your letter. So please, when you are submitting your work, please submit the graphic organizer and your letter. And your letter can either be typed or handwritten. That's completely up to you. You do not need to turn in this first sheet. So again, you're going to turn in the graphic organizer as well as your journal entry or your letter, depending on what you decide to do. Once both of those things are completed, you're going to go back to Buzz. You're going to go to the next page on Buzz where you can submit your work. You're going to click on the blue plus button in the bottom right-hand corner you have on your student view. And again, you're going to turn in the graphic organizer and your written letter or journal entry.